Hello and welcome to this edition of Reporters on France24, the weekly magazine featuring in-depth stories from correspondents around the world. I'm Andrea Sankey. This week, inside Burma's pro-democracy protests. Now, the last time any significant civilian attempt was made to force change upon Myanmar's military leaders, some 3,000 protesters were killed by Burmese troops. But memories of the 1988 crackdown have done little to deter the thousands marching through Burma's cities in 2007. Emboldened by the presence of thousands of Buddhist monks, ordinary Burmese have also defied threats and warnings and spoken out against more than 40 years of military rule. Now, few reporters have been able to speak to them directly. Most foreign journalists are kept out of the country, and those who do get in find many people afraid to talk. But France24's Cyril Payan managed to speak face-to-face with people on both sides of the uprising.
The image of a democratic icon, Aung San Suu Kyi, brandished in the heart of Rangoon, a remarkable defiance of the military dictatorship. The Burmese people are angry. It's the 27th of September. A reporter close to underground networks has just arrived in Rangoon. He is about to become a direct witness to this tragic, fateful day.
I never free about prison because around Myanmar it looks like a prison because we cannot talk whatever we want, we cannot organize whatever we want to do. Most of people don't like that.
We must conceal the identity of this man. His candor could cost him his life.
Make a curfew. Nighttime, evening, nighttime 9 to morning 5 a.m. That's they have a time to catch the monks and other politicians around Yangon city. Not only Yangon but also around Myanmar.
That's too bad.
Oh, yes. People want freedom from fear. People want more transparency government, more good government. Without military invasion, Myanmar will happen in next 20 to 50 years like that. People don't have weapons. Government make a tax and selling natural resources to other countries, and then earn the money and they buy the weapons. Not from the government leaders' money, people money, but they shoot to the people.
He doesn't know how accurate his words will be. In less than 1 hour, the crackdown will begin. The man on the ground is Japanese journalist Kenji Nagai. Our reporter films his last moments as he lay dying on the street. The protesters regroup a few minutes later, just around the corner from the first outbreak of violence. The revolt quickly picks up steam.
There are soldiers everywhere. They're going to shoot everywhere in the crowd.
I hope not.
Go!
Suddenly, a man emerges from the crowd. He takes a picture of our reporter. He is a plain-clothed policeman. He quickly takes refuge in the middle of the crowd.
What?
Hey, stay here. There are soldiers, it's dangerous.
The movement grows stronger. In the front line of the protests, students boldly lead the crowd. For the first time in 20 years, the fighting peacock, symbol of the democratic struggle, flies on a Burmese street.
What did you hear? What did you hear? How many men?
About 10.
Terrified, some protesters turn back. Others decide to push on. Cornered in a courtyard, the protesters prepare to die. The reporter hides his camera. He exits, running. Curfew has gripped Sule Pagoda. The main rallying point for the demonstrators is now empty. A violent state machine has silenced the city. The next day, on the Thai border, we can feel the shockwaves of the repression. Burmese have begun to flee to Thailand. The military junta has sealed off the border. We decide to enter clandestinely. This zone of southeast Burma is controlled by the army and an ethnic militia group. To be admitted here, we have to pledge our allegiance to the local warlord. Government propaganda is the only truth.
How are you? Good to see you.
All these people who are crying in Rangoon, it leads to nothing. It's ridiculous. They're supported by Western powers who pay them to go into the streets. The monks who protest are false monks. They're thugs in disguise. Monks aren't allowed to protest. It's impossible.
The men escort us to the next village. On the way, we encounter this 8-year-old child.
I've been walking with my father since yesterday.
Burmese soldier?
A Burmese military unit is already in the village.
Here we don't talk about the troubles, but I believe they're happening.
What did he say?
2 Burmese soldiers begin to take interest in us.
Me, I don't know anything about your stories. What are you doing here?
An officer appears.
Okay, go.
We must leave. Our second day in Burma. A militiaman unexpectedly breaks the silence.
The government doesn't solve a single problem by firing on crowds. One day, everything will change, I'm sure of it.
According to him, dozens of lower-ranked officers support the protests. We go deeper into Burma. We are 250 kilometers from Rangoon. We arrive through a series of closed-off roads to a village of 5,000 inhabitants. The military junta's flag flies in front of the school. In every side street, there are military bunkers. A little further, a man listens to a radio. He refuses to tell us what he is listening to. People avoid us. Everyone seems to fear the arrival of soldiers. Once again, we must leave. By foot this time. There are no cars. Gas has been unaffordable for 1 month now. We come upon the big temple in the region.
Yes, I listen to the radio, but you must know that we don't talk about politics here. I'm not allowed. It's forbidden. Of course, it's shameful to hit monks. Really, I can't talk. We must stop.
It's not very easy for them to.
He can't give his opinion, you see, because he's afraid.
Hidden this time, we film these Burmese troops. There are about 300 of them, from Battalion 206. They are leaving to reinforce the military in Rangoon. In a few hours, they will be attacked by the rebels. 4 of them will die.
And joining me now for comment is one of the journalists on that story. Cyril Payan joins me now from Bangkok, Thailand. Cyril, I'd like to ask you first about the long-term picture of these uprisings. Will the military junta ultimately get its way, just as it did back in 1988? Will it break the back of this resistance via crackdowns and intimidation?
Well, it looks like now it's maybe too early to talk about a missed revolution for the second time, as you said, as 1988 happened. It's too early, but I can tell you that the mood is very, very, very bad, very sad inside Burma and on the clandestine networks outside in Bangkok, for instance, because everybody thinks it's for time, for at least some weeks it's finished. The military took over by sending the troops in the streets again. So as for now, there is a new win, a big win from the military, and it appears that they just redo. It's the same scenario as the one of 1988, with the difference of this time they were the world watching what they were doing, but it didn't change that much. as the military decided to send the troops in and to shoot the people in the streets of Rangoon, in other streets of cities of Burma.
Okay, Cyril, though, initially it was thought that these protests would be effective because they were led by Buddhist monks, revered by the Burmese, including by the military. Has the junta now lost that reverence?
Well, if you check the history of Burma and this past more than 40 years of dictatorship in Burma, there has always been a very big fighting between these two institutions, the monks and the military. And the military has been always crushing the monks and trying to get the forgiveness, because, as you know, as you may know, it's a huge sin for Buddhists in Burma, for Buddhists to kill, to beat a monk, which considered as a sacred human being. So they started already, as they did exactly in 1988, beating the monk, killing the monks, but in the same way trying to get forgiveness from the clergy, the Buddhist clergy. They started a few days ago already, the military, to make some offerings, to give money to some monasteries. So it's a way in, way out, and again, it's the same scenario, it seems, that 1988.
Okay, Cyril, what about how you went about doing your job in getting this report? Just how difficult is it for journalists to work in Burma and to tell the world what's actually happening there?
It's very difficult, for instance, just to be able to go in Rangoon. Myself, I'm on the blacklist. It's impossible to have visas. We have a lot of people here, journalists working in Asia, being blacklisted by the Burmese military. I've been able to go in some southern part of Burma, and you had to go clandestinely. I mean, crossing the borders clandestinely, using big networks of guerrillas, clandestine networks of resistance, of dissidents, and even local militias to be able to go in. And in this report, we have one embedded camera in the crowds,
okay,
and which was very, very dangerous.
Okay, Cyril, thank you so much for joining us. That is all the time we have, unfortunately, for this edition of Reporters on France 24. Until next week, then, I'm Andrea Sankey. Thanks for joining us.